guys, how is everyone? I hope you're ready for some arithmetic. We're going to do some review. I'll teach the new concepts and then we're going to let you get to your page and see how well you do on that. And I know you're going to do awesome because you have been. And it's an easy new concept, so no worries, okay? But we're going to review our clocks. You know how much I love this, and you guys have done great with it so far. So first of all, just remembering the parts of our clock. Remember, we have two parts to our clock, the small hand and the long hand, okay? The small hand, not as smart, remember. Super, super smart hand, and our long hand is just as smart as our small hand. Way smarter, way smarter. I hope that you can hear me, by the way. I've got the air conditioner on so I can breathe in here, so I hope that's okay. Hopefully you can hear me, but we have our small hand, and remember, our small hand is so smart, he counts by ones all the way from 1 to 12. That's our hour hand, smaller, H-O-U-R, H-O-U-R, and the longer minute, M-I-N-U-T-E. You can spell down the length of it. This one is the one that starts first. He speaks first. And he counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big hands in the way. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? And then our big hand, our minute hand, is the one that talks next. He's second. And he counts by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or he says o'clock, right? So I'm gonna show you some times and I want you to tell me what the time is. What is this time? Jaden, do you know? Just because Jaden's answering doesn't mean the rest of you don't need to say it. I need to see all of you and hear all of you. All right. Yes, very good. It is 8:50. So it's on the 8. If it's in between the 8 and 9, we always say the first number that was there. We go down to the 8. And then this guy, because he's counting by fives and he's on the 10, that is going to be 50. So it's 8:50. All right, next one. Who can tell me what this time is? What time is it? Can you tell me? Yes, I heard some of you. Good job. Yeah, you were loud enough. I could hear you over here. It is 10, because the hour hand talks first. The smaller hour hand talks first. The bigger minute hand talks, the smaller hour, the bigger minute hand talks second. So it's 10, 10, right? Because we count by fives, 5, 10. So it's 10, 10. All right, next one. Let's see if I can trick you up. Let me see if I can trick some of you. Ooh, what time is this? Can you figure that out, Emma? I think you got it. Did you say 11:55? Because remember, if it's in between the 11 and 12, we always say the first number because it's not past the 12 yet. And we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So it's 11:55 because pretty soon it's going to be bloop, 12 o'clock, right? So it's 11:55 here. All right, last one. Oh, this one is gonna be easy. I know, it's so easy. You guys are gonna laugh. What time is this? I heard all of you at the same time, even all over the state in separate homes. You all said 5 o'clock. Miss Monroe, that's so simple. It is simple because you are smart and you know the small hand talks first and then the hour hand, and he's on the 12, which is 60, which means he says o'clock. So it's 5 o'clock. Good job with your time. That's very important. All right, now we're just going to do another quick review for our rounding. Remember, We go on a roller coaster ride. This is cars going up a hill, but I like to do the roller coaster ride. So if the numbers, we're rounding to the tens, if the number in the ones place is 1 through 4, what happens to our roller coaster? Whoa, it goes back down the hill. It cannot go forward. It goes back to the earliest 10. If our number in the ones place is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, whoa, we can go over the hill finally and go down that roller coaster to the next 10. So if the number that I say is going to round down, you're going to, whoa, sit down. If the number that I say should round up to the next 10, you're gonna go and stand up to go to that next 10. You're gonna raise your hands and be ready to go over that hill to go to the next 10. So what about the number 24? What should I do? Stay seated or go up? You tell me. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry, got a little interrupted. We got people that were wondering where you were. I didn't tell them you weren't here with me, so sadly. Okay, so the number is 24. What should we do? Should we go down the hill because it couldn't make it, or go up and go over our roller coaster? What do? We go back down, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we have to go and sit back down because we couldn't make it up the hill. What about 85? Yes, up we go. We get to go over and go on that roller coaster. What about 68? Yes, we go up and over. 68, what do we round it to? I forgot to ask. What do we round 24 to? Remember, 24 is between 2 tens. It's going to be between 20 and 30, so where are we going to round it? 24 goes back down to 20. What about 85? What 2 tens is 85 between? 80 and 90. So where is it going to go? Up to 90. What about 68? I heard some of you already. Yes, it goes to 70. What about 34? Oh, yeah, we're going back down. We couldn't make it up the hill because it was almost there at 4, but it goes back down. What about 51? We didn't even make it up the hill. We're like 50, 51. Ugh, goes right back to 50. We couldn't even get close to 60. And last one, 49. Yeah, we're already over the hill when we go to 49, and we go quickly to 50. So remember, when we're rounding, you have to think of the number that we're at. It's going to be between the tens place, the first one that we say. So if it's 24, it's going to be between 20 and the next 10, which is 30. If it's 48, we're going to be between 40 and 50. If it's 60, it's going to be between 60 and 70. So we look at that tens place, that's the first 10, and then 10 more than that is going to be our second 10 to decide whether we round up to that 10 or back down to the original 10 that we were at. Good. All right, so we are going to get to our review of our addition. So thinking carefully about these. Now, we are doing something a little bit different today, where we're going to look at our addition problem, okay? We're gonna first remember, I put it over on this side, but our terms for addition. Do you remember the terms for addition? This first number is called I think I heard some of you, if you said add end, give yourself a big pat on the back. Add end, what's our second? Yes, that made it easy because they're both the same, right? Add end, and then what's the answer? Good, yes, it's the sum. So what is our addition term? What are our addition terms? Add end, sum. When we add, where do we start? Always start in the ones place, then go to the tens place, then hundreds, and then the thousands. Okay, we've learned our place value. We know that every number starts in the ones place. As we add, we need to look and see what we are adding. When we look at our addition problem and we see that 7 plus 4 equals what? Good, you guys are fast. 11, oh, wait a minute. It's not like we've been adding before when we just had something like 6 plus 3 equals 9. Now we have 11, but what do we know? Remember what I told you? Our numbers are like in a tube that go from 0 to 9. And once I go past 9, they can't fit in that tube anymore and they have to jump over to the other side. So if I have 11, I have one group of 1, but then the rest of it has to pop over to the other side and fit there because there's a group of 10. Because 11 is tens and one group of 10 and one, okay? So we have to carry over. So when we have something that goes past 9, once I get to 10 and over, it has to jump over to the tens place. Can you guys see that? Well, I hope so. Let me try to bring you a little closer without dropping you. Ooh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so I carry over that 1, and now I'm simply going to add my tens place. 1 plus 8, good, plus 6, 15, very good. So again, what do I have to do? I have my ones place. When I have the number 15, what number's in the ones place? That's what goes down, and then I carry the tens place over. And since we were in the tens place, now we have to carry over to the hundreds. And now I add my hundreds place. So now I add 1 plus 5 plus 2, which is 8. Do I need to carry anything over? No, because it's just 8. It's not 18. It's simply 8. So it can fit inside that tube just fine. And then I come over to my thousands place and I add 2 plus 7, which equals what? It equals 9. And what do I need to do? We don't want to see that it's inappropriate, so we need to put our comma so we don't leave our naked number. We need to make sure that we put our comma for the thousands place. So our answer is 9,851, okay? And so when you are adding into the thousands place, make sure that you, or if you have 4 numbers, make sure that you put your comma there. All right, so let's go to our next. We're gonna simply add 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 equals, come on, fast. All right, good, 9. So we bring our 9 down. Do I bring over my 1? Oh, you're yelling. Don't yell at me. I don't need to bring over a 1. Why? Because it's not 19. There's no number. It went only to 9. It didn't go past 9 into the tens place. So I just bring that down. Now I simply add my tens place. 8 plus 2. That equals 10. So my 0 comes down. My 1 comes over to the next place. Now I have 1 plus 7 plus 2. And the 1 plus 7 is 8 again, plus 2 is 10 again. And because there's nowhere to carry it over, I simply put my 10 down. There's no thousands place here, so I can simply put the 1 in front. But how many numbers do I have down here? I have 4 numbers, so I need to put my comma because it goes to the thousands place. So 1, 0, 0, 9. How many hundreds do we have in this number? Very good, 0. How many ones do we have in this number? We have 9 ones. How many tens do we have in this number? Again, 0. How many thousands do we have in this number? 1,000. Good job. So when we are adding, the only time we carry over is if our answer is larger than 9. If it's 10, 11, and goes higher than that, then we must carry over. And when we carry over, it's whatever number is in the tens place that we're carrying over to the next place, whether it's the tens, whether it's the hundreds, whether it goes to the thousands, okay? So that's very, very important. Hold on one second again. All right, I'm back. So I hope that you are remembering and understanding that if we carry over to the next place and then add that with the next place. And then don't forget, if we have 4 digits, you have to put your comma. Now look down here at the bottom with me, and whenever you are doing work on your page, always look at the signs. The process signs are here in the corners. So this process sign is different from these two because this is subtraction. Yes, very good. So when you are doing that, we now have to remember what are the terms for subtraction. Do you remember? I know that's a little bit harder, but if you can remember and shout it out, you are going to be my math whiz for the day. What's the top number in our subtraction? Do you remember? I think I heard some of you. The top number is called the minuend. Minuend, right? And underneath the minuend is the subtrahend. Remember, we think of subway or submarine. It goes under. So it starts with the minuend, then it goes to the subtrahend, and the answer is the difference. So minuend, subtrahend, difference. Say that with me. Minuend, subtrahend, difference. One more time. Minuend, subtrahend, difference. Those are your parts of subtraction. The parts of addition, add in sum. The parts of subtraction, minuend, subtrahend, difference. Now we're simply going to subtract. Where do we start subtraction? Same, ones place, right? So start in our ones place and subtract. 8 minus 4 equals, good, it equals 4. Just write the answer down. What about 7 minus 7? That was easy, right? 0. If I have 7 and I take 7 away, I don't have any left. 9 minus 1 equals 8. And we bring that right down next to it. So what is our answer? 804. There's how many tens? None. So we don't say 814, 24, 34, 54. No, we just say 804. That's it. Okay? So that's how you would do your adding with carrying, and then just a review of our subtraction. All right, I'm going to stop this video, and that was kind of review things, and then I'm going to teach your new concept just so it's not too long of a video for you to have to watch. Okay, so I will be back with part 2 of arithmetic. All right, I'll see you in a little bit.